Hello, everybody. Welcome to this Wednesday Lunch Live Sketch. My name is Frank Summers. This week we are going to be doing Princess Zelda, particularly from Breath of the Wild. I just finished it last night, and my head is still kind of like in Hyrule right now. I was not going to do another known character, but I couldn't help myself. That's all I could say. So if you're new to the Wednesday Lunch Live Sketch, we pick a topic, like I just said, every week, and we do it for about 25 to 45 minutes, so it's a bit of a time test. So let me just hop into Photoshop. You should see it right now in front of you. If you can't hear me or anything like that in the live stream, please let me know. I'm going to go to my timer. I'm going to set it. Where is it? Hello, timer. Clock. And I have a handy. Where is it? There it is. Live sketch. Play. Away I go. So I have some reference over here. Just for costuming ideas. I'm going to stick with this, though. I think this is the one I like the most. But this will at least give me an idea of proportion. So let's just start kind of scribbling some stuff in here a little bit. So we'll call this thumbs. I already did a few roughs of just sketches of what I think I want to do. So I have a bit of an idea already. Let me just get my pencil properly. I was goofing with the settings for work. That's a little better. Pardon me. So let's get this going. So one of the things about her in the game is that she's often very tight. You can even kind of see it. Like she's often has her arms to her chest. She plays very timid. And there's certain parts in the game that she reaches out with her hand. And like stuff gets real when she does that. So I kind of like that pose. And I'm going to go for that. Where she reaches her hand out and makes stuff happen. So I think that's what I want to go for. And so our Zelda in this one, in Breath of the Wild, let's get her head a little straighter maybe. She's pretty thick. She's got a little bit of more of a shape to her, I think, than previous Zeldas. And maybe we'll have some wind blowing. So we'll have, here's her belt, which is probably a little higher. Yeah, it's a little higher in her, higher to her torso. So let's just get that in there quickly. So it's like around here, it's pretty high, playing pretty high, and the dress is just going to fall from that point. And here's her breasts, and a shoulder, and the shoulder. And we have some foreshortening on the arm, so let's get the idea of that in there. And, you know, maybe her head. Let's block her head in here. You know, her head is rounded. Her features are more rounded in this iteration. She's not as sharp. Maybe a slight upturn to her head. Something along those lines. An ear will be around here somewhere. We can probably make her head a little bigger. So we can do that at this point pretty easily. Scale it up a little bigger. Her proportions are not quite a human. And then for the hair, we'll have it kind of kicking like this. That's the hair shape. And the head eye line slightly rotated up. Not too much cheek. And her hair is pretty tight to her head. So let's get this rib cage here, the back of the rib cage. We probably need to pull this out just a tad. This arm could be straight to the side. And she's furrowed brow. Her nose is kind of rounded. Again, she has like very rounded features. All right. Here's her belt. Let's get that in there. And then there's these. I like the simplicity of her dress in this one. Centerpiece here in the middle. And some folds. Shoulder. There we go. Armpit. And her dress has these type. It's almost like a wedding dress. Kind of following the contour back like that. Let's do a save. Oh, it's good to save. All right, let's start working the face a bit more here. So probably have her. She has a bit more forehead that I think I'm giving her. I should give her, rather. Okay. And she's got some bracelets on. I'm skipping around a lot. It's probably not really too good of an idea. Not a good idea to do. I should probably concentrate on one area at a time. She's got the bracelet in here. All right. Going further, why don't we take this thumbnail drawing? We'll do a flipperoonie. Flip. And there's a little bit. Get rid of that. So the only thing that's kind of lacking, I think, when I flip it is I probably need to build this arm out a bit more. And maybe kind of tuck this in a bit more at her waist. And maybe pull this neckline over just a bit. And build her forehead out a bit. The wonders that flipping your drawing will do. All right, and we won't go into the bottom of the dress. And this basic shape of the hair works pretty well. Pardon me. Great. Okay, let's flip her back. All right, zoom in a little bit on her face. Let's start roughing in some of her features. And you know, I'm going to go to her reference layer. I'm going to pull her face for reference. Probably build her cheek out a bit. And her hairline definitely follows the contour of her head, more so in this one than in previous ones. So let's build out the nose. Still a little pointed, isn't it? It's a little chiseled. Let's kind of erase that. Let's try and find the center line of her head a bit better, actually. Which is telling me that I have the nose in the wrong place. There we go. That feels a little better. Here's the bottom of the nose. Okay, something like that. Hey, Free76. Hello, first time here. Thanks for coming out, dude. And Piano Pk on YouTube. Cool, thanks, man. Appreciate you two coming out. Thank you. We're just doing some Zelda. Princess Zelda from Breath of the Wild. Thanks for showing up, guys. Pull the nose back just a bit, and let's get the lip, the mouth in there. I probably pull out this cheek a bit more. Again, she's pretty rounded. And let's maybe lower the mouth too. I'm looking at her proportions. Great. And so she has pretty sympathetic eyes. And again, they're very rounded. And I might want to lower them just a bit. They're a little high, I think. So let's just grab this. And since we're working the loose thumbnail stage, we can definitely just easily grab that stuff and pull it around. You haven't played it? It's really good, man. It's actually it's intense. I mean, I easily sunk 80 hours of my life into it, I think. Let's try and focus her eyes a bit more on something here. Okay. This here should probably be a little recessed. Kind of back more. Save. Zoom out, take a squint. I'm not really thrilled with some of this. What I'll do is make another layer. And you can take our thumbnail and pull it down a little bit. Pull the opacity down and work on top. Make some corrections. Even use a different color. We can use red to make some corrections. And that is a bit thick. Let's just thin it out a little bit. Check my time. Again, the live sketches are times, so I need to keep moving here. So 13.5 minutes. What software am I using? I'm using Photoshop. Just using Photoshop. Let's really kind of think about the construction of her head. Cranium receding in the back, her cheek coming forward. Here's her jawline. Chin moving into her cheek again. Like here's the front plane of the face. That's going to help me decide where to root the eyes. Here's her neck. Maybe tapering a bit more. Maybe the side plane of the head a little more frontal. Okay. You can see some of the placement of these features are not ideal. So let's just really kind of take a moment and get these to sit a bit more on her face. Build the sockets of the eyes out a bit more. Again, her eyes are rounded. She's very rounded. And her hair hugs the contour of her head pretty tightly. Yeah, her eyes are sympathetic, which kind of plays into her character in the game. Her brows are definitely thicker. So let's do a save. Do a zoom out. I'll be looking on time. Again, this is a timed. So we're 10.5 minutes left, which is not too shabby. I'm going to give you another look at this. So maybe I have a little bit too much jaw going on here. So we can pull some of that back. And this ear is recessed, moving back into space. Probably has a bit more forehead. Kind of, if her head is rotated, that's a bit better. A bit more forehead. I don't think she has earrings. Yeah, Mifa. Oh, it's hello too. How are you? Yeah, she has very thick brows. Mifa's Grace. So these eyes are not quite symmetrical. All right. Zelda does not stink. That's silly. Don't be silly. Left eye and just kind of scoot it. Going through some stuff. Probably actually take this eye right here and maybe pull it over just a tad. Get a little more space there. Again, if this is the side of her face, this piece right here. Okay. Save. Let's check our time. We have 7 minutes, so we can start moving into maybe a tie down. We can take this layer, we can pull that down a little bit, and sometimes it's nice to even label your stuff. Corrections. Another layer, we'll call it tie down. And let's just get this. Shoot. Moving the whole group around. That's silly. Just want that. I think her cheek actually needs to come up a little bit now that I'm looking at it. Maybe a little tighter on that jaw. Should do. Oh, yeah, I finished it last night. No spoilers, please, in the chat. Say it was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. So let's go into some tie down. I'm going to take my flow on this pencil and bump it up a little bit just to get a bit of a more heavier line. Give it a 7. Take these corrections and pull them down just a little bit more. It's a little bit of a bend in there. They definitely got the upper lips going on here in the Hyruleans. Yeah, don't worry. No spoilers, guys. I will spoil this. It was awesome. It was awesome. I'm going to pull her brow up a little bit. These brows are a little low. And they have pretty big eyes. This needs to curve a bit more. Hug her head. Hug the contour of her head a bit better. Yeah, I played on the Switch. thin these thumbs out a little bit. Definitely a little more quiet today. I'm in thinking mode here. Oi! All right, that's our time right there. So I'm going to keep cooking. Let's see how far I can get here. I'm going to give myself maybe another 10 minutes just to kind of finish this up a bit. What's the detailing on her cuffs? Oh, they're pretty detailed. I'm not sure if I can get that level of detail in this amount of time. So I think we can just kind of hint at what's going on there. Because we're running out of time. We're running out of time, as Jack Bauer would say. The belt. All right, so it's a Triforce. So this is pretty basic. And this is thinner. Zoom out a little bit. Clean that up. Not quite sure the detailing on her necklace, so we'll just put that in. And this can be flowing. There's a center part. Arms back there, and then this part's got some lines in it. So we'll hint at the detailing of lines here in this piece. Like so. So let's hide these, and let's take a look at our tie down. Excuse me. Yeah, it's just free. So yeah, it's exactly. This is my lunch break, so I just draw for like 30 minutes. I try to get something done in 30 to 40 minutes, the best that I can. So I never really get too much into clean. Sometimes what I'll do in the past, I've taken the drawing and I've worked on it after the stream. You know, try to clean it up more. But I'm moving away from that. So I'm trying to just have a complete sketch that I did in the stream. That is the deal. That is the deal. So I'm gonna thrilled with her brow. Let me just do one thing before I move into some color. Let's do an experiment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer, duplicate. And I'm going to hide my original one so I still can go back to it. And I want to just experiment briefly with some brow placements because I'm not really thrilled with what I have going on here. Yeah, there's more distance between them. I mean, if we are looking up at her, we would see some space between the lids and the brows. If she has a slight rotation to her head, which is what we have. Take her mouth and maybe just scoot it a little bit higher. You just happened to find me on Twitter and you figured check it out. Not sure your whole process yet. Well, thanks for checking it out. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and hanging out. Yeah, I do this every Wednesday. On Monday evenings, I do an animation live stream where I do animation. Let's hit save here. I'm going to do one more thing. So her screen, still not happy with this eye right here. So I'm going to do a little bit of a, scale it up a little bit. Maybe I may have scaled it too much now. Add. All right. So what I'm going to do, where's my corrections? I'm going to put that on top. Let's try and work these eyes just a little bit more. Are you a 3D guy? Yeah, sure, man. It always helps to watch people, see how they work. You definitely learn from watching other people work. I mean, thankfully, she's going to be pretty easy to color. I'll just. That might work a bit better. Let's try that. Let's do the reverse now. Tie down, pull up a little bit here. There we go. Oops, I have a sample of this. I gotta get a move on here. Get back to work. So let's see if we can get these eyes in. Oh. Turn my quiet hours on. I think this is better. Let's build this out just a little bit. All right. Save. Let me see what time it is here. So I'm going to just move forward, I think, with some color. I think we got pretty far with her. So save. Let's make another layer. Let's call this color, and let's splash some stuff in, and we'll call it a day. Now, I mean, these colors are not fantastic. I think I still need to take her eye and just grease it over a little bit. Yeah, I feel like I want to be. This is I'm going to be stuck on this one for a while. Getting that to sit properly in her head. But I think the other problem is too is that this needs to come in like this. Need to frame her face a bit more, so we can probably take this ear and scoot it over. All right, good. So now I just need to clean it up. Okay. Make it look so easy. It's not. I'm actually over here kind of sweating a little bit. You know, because I have like, you know, you have the idea in your head of what you think is going to be, and making it be that is a different thing in itself. There's probably more space between here and here. Okay. All right, let's put some color in for maybe the fifth time. I said I was going to put some color in. Let's get that size up. And flow. Maybe we could try and just sample some color. The feeling that these images are probably not going to be. I'm not going to get the right kind of color that I want. So let's just put in some stuff and see how it fits. It's looking all right. Yeah. Let's just mass it in. Yeah, I gotta move on here. I mean, the thing is, it is kind of hard to let go sometimes. I was watching Aaron Blaze's streams, and he's almost the same exact way. He's like, every time he says he's done with something, he's like, "Oh wait, something's bothering me. Something else is bothering me." You know, it's never ending. YouTube Ninja, how are you? Hi back. Try to be chatty during these, but get caught up in my thought often, so it's kind of hard to mask this in. I don't have to be too clean with it right now, just on my edges. Let's clean that up a little bit. The other thing I need to work on is my posture. I start turning into a pretzel very quickly. So this yellow, it's kind of the same value as her skin, which is kind of a problem. So I may grab the yellow and darken it. I'm hanging in there. Thank you, YouTube Ninja, for asking. Doing okay. Gonna be wrapping up the stream really quickly here. I need to get back to work. As soon as I get the rest of this color in, I'm gonna mass it in, and we'll call it a day. I may go back in later on tonight or something and some tones or something. Sharpen that up a little bit, maybe. Yeah, so if you're just joining me, this is the Wednesday Lunch Live Sketch, and we just do a topic every week during my lunch break, and try and do it it's a time challenge, so I try and go as much as I can in about 25, 40 minutes. I think the stream's around 45 minutes now. So it's a time challenge. Try and sketch as quickly as I can. Dress is pretty white, so let's just go off-white so that we have something to play against through skin. Or maybe we can go pretty bright. I mean, she's looking like a ghost almost, but that image is not the best thing in the world. So we can just really kind of get this in there. And then what we'll do is up you up. Clean my edges up here. Clean this up. So now we'll go a little darker with this detailing here. So it stands out a bit, maybe, against her skin and her hair. Let's get the belt. One thing the art style does really cool is that for highlights, it's almost like a slight cross hatching, which is very nice. You get a look at the, so we can probably just go like a dark, little gray in there. Her eyes, very blue, sky blue. Probably a bit too blue. We can go a little darker. And some white. And for her brows, pretty dark, on the same spectrum. She's a very natural girl, does not wear lipstick. And maybe get a little red in there. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. And let's get some white in her eyes. Clean this up a bit. All right. I'll take the tie down and pull it back a little bit. Let's add another layer, and we'll do my cheat clipping mask. Where are you? There you are. And to multiply. And, whoops. Lower just a bit more. Okay, moving right along. I think that's going to about do it for today. Pull it out just a tad, but I'll do that maybe off stream. There we go. Well, I think that's going to probably wrap it up for today, guys. I'm going to do a little bit of tweaking to this maybe later on. Maybe pull her cheek just a little bit, raise it just a touch. And maybe add in a little bit of a background in there, something light. And I'm gonna have to wrap it up for now, guys. I'm gonna have to say goodbye. So if you're watching the recording of this, you'll see some links in front of you. Please click those to subscribe. Find me on Twitter, Tumblr, Google+, and my blogger as well. And subscribe to my YouTube channel as well to keep up with me. I'll post the final artwork later on my Twitter later on. And I thank you guys for joining me, and take care. Have a good one.